Hello everyone, my name is Salim and welcome to the Markets Breakdown Analysis for Friday, the 25th of October 2023. We'll be breaking down charts and show the exact zones where price will close above potential buys or close below for potential sells as well. So looking at the daily candle for Thursday, so another strong daily candle pushing bullish. Obviously on yesterday's analysis was to see price reacting off of this monthly resistance to form a retracement before the continuation to the upside. But obviously that was not the case. The daily still pushed bullish, respected obviously the lows, and the both targets we've had for buys have been tapped as well. Which one of the targets we've had was a daily resistance that was formed on the left around 1974. Just a quick recap on the weekly time frame. Actually, the monthly is still pushing bullish, and there's still a probability for price to tap into this monthly resistance formed in May 2023. When dropping down to the weekly time frame, strong bullish momentum continuing bullish, pushing through these multiple weekly resistances formed on the left. Now, the only thing is, price is approaching this previous weekly support formed on the left, and what we can see on the left is every time price tapped into this previous weekly support on the left, we could clearly see price failed to continue bullish and formed a rejection to the upside. So now it will be interesting to see how the daily candle for Friday will form, whether it's going to form a retracement, because obviously if the daily candle's forming a retracement on Friday, meaning we'll be closing bearish, forming daily resistance, now that's going to look like a weekly respecting those rejections and then again rejecting the upside. Now, obviously, we're looking at the daily candle for Thursdays, That's another strong daily candle will be closing bullish as well. So now to break down the chart and drop it down to the fallout time frame. And what we can see here is we have the most recent 4-hour support formed around 1945, 800. The most recent 4-hour resistance formed on the left. Let's have a look. So we have this 4-hour resistance formed around 1979, 900, almost 1980s. And now to adjust those targets and dropping down to the hourly. Now, ideally is to adjust within this level because we have a lot of potential, like let's say areas to trade within this level because we have clean traffic on the left. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep the same level of that resistance on the 4-hour time frame. And we're going to put a line to where this hourly low that was formed, dropping down to the 5-minute time frame and looking at the most recent price action. Zooming in, and we have this hour 30-minute support around 1971, 700. We have this 30-minute resistance around 1977, but we will still remain within that resistance that was formed on a 4-hour time frame, dropping down to the 15-minute time frame. Now, what we could do is we could adjust this level to 1970, 500 within this 15-minute low, and now to identify the no trade zone. And I'd say potential buys could be above 1979, actually 1980, let's say. Okay, so potential buys above 1980, above that 4-hour resistance we identified on the left. Potential sells could be below 1970, 500. And again, ideally is to wait for price to break out of this range during high volume time. So we need the low volume time to form, for price to form a range, to consolidate, and this is going to be the no trade zone. And now to look for potential buys. Going back to the daily, and again, since the bullish momentum is continuing, we're going to look at what we can anticipate for the price to do within the high time frame. So the first thing we can identify here is we have a monthly resistance formed around 1986, 800 that was formed in May 2023. Drop it down to the weekly time frame. On the weekly, we have a weekly rejection that was formed back on the 16th of July 2023. Drop it down to the daily time frame, and probably again we're gonna have those targets based on the high time frame. But let's have a look again. So on the daily, we have again clean traffic, but we have a daily rejections after price formed a daily resistance. Let's have a look on the 4-hour time frame, and I think we're just gonna keep it within the 4-hour time frame again. So again, on the 4-hour time frame, nothing really to see. So I would say the first target for buys could potentially be 1986, 800, targeting the monthly resistance formed in May 2023. The second target for sells, now let's have a look on the weekly. Clean traffic all the way up to 2017. Looking at the daily zooming in and looking on the left, and what do we see on the daily? Again, nothing really, but I'm going to put a line to where this daily high was formed from the daily candle that was formed on the 17th of May 2023. Dropping down to the 4-hour time frame, now we have a 4-hour resistance formed around 1991-200. Again, I'm going to keep it off the high time frame, and I'd say the second target for buys could potentially be 1991-200. And now to look for potential sells and going back to the daily. So the first thing we can see is a strong bullish momentum, and at this point the only thing we're doing is we're anticipating for a retracement. Now we could potentially see a daily candle closing bearish to form some sort of retracement for this weekly candle to leave some sort of a wick to then the next weekly candle to continue bullish. So the first thing we can see is we have a previous monthly resistance formed around 1963-900. Dropping down to the weekly, we have a weekly resistance lower. Looking at the daily, we have a daily resistance that matches with the monthly resistance. Dropping down to the 4-hour time frame, clean traffic on the left, hourly clean traffic, 30-minute clean traffic, and then even the 15-minute time frame clean traffic as well. So I'd say the first target for sells could potentially be 1963-900, targeting a retest, a retracement to retest this monthly resistance. And the second target for sells, now we can adjust based on our recent price action. So dropping down to the 4-hour time frame, now what do we see? We have a 4-hour previous resistance around 1950-800, but that's still a big range. Dropping down to the hourly time frame, now we have an hourly resistance formed around 1957-100. Dropping down to the 30-minute time frame, we have this 30-minute resistance, previous resistance around 1955-500. And then we have a 15-minute support formed around 1955-900, almost 1956. So I'd say the second target for sells could potentially be 1955-900, targeting this 15-minute support.
Dominion Markets, your trading sanctuary.